Good day, Delaware National Guard. Happy New Year, and welcome to the January 2015 edition of the DNG News. I hope you all had a joyous holiday season with family and friends. It was a busy month, so let's get right to the news. Soldiers and airmen enjoyed the 5th annual Wellness Expo. Over 60 vendors set up in the multi-purpose room of the new Armed Forces Reserve Center, showcasing their products and services. This December, the Delaware National Guard had many reasons to celebrate. One reason was free stocking stuffers for our children. Take a look at this story from Staff Sergeant Nathan Bright.
Airmen at the Newcastle Air National Guard Base got the chance to make the holidays a bit brighter, thanks to community donations and the Airmen and Family Readiness Program.
There's a national partnership between Operation Homefront and the Dollar Tree. So across the nation, members who go into the Dollar Tree to shop, they can donate an item to military members. So it's a national organization that we benefit from.
Those donations, toys and other stocking stuffers for kids up to age 8, were organized and doled out by family programs and volunteers from the Loadmaster Enlisted Council. First-time father, Senior Airman John Johnson, stocked up for his son's first Christmas.
It was actually pretty awesome. I wasn't even expecting to see it. I came out here, great turnout, so heard a lot about it, wanted to come over. Went well.
The stocking stuffer event builds the relationship between the community and the base.
I think it's important the community came together and decided to donate. These customers who shop at Dollar Tree decided to donate items for our members to support the military.
Hopefully, the community knows what their donations mean to airmen.
It's really, really awesome to see this place actually touching the lives of a lot of different people.
I was busy with many of my elves serving up chow at the wing during the December's unit training assembly. It's always a pleasure to see my extended family during the holiday season. Soldiers, airmen, and their families also celebrated with each other at the annual Kids Holiday Party. The big guy himself even stopped by with gifts for all of our children. The 287th Army Band got everyone in the holiday spirit with their annual holiday concert. Take a look at this video montage from the concert.
Grandma got an old grandpa's reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. Say there's no such thing as Santa, but as we think Grandpa will be.
And finally this year, our War on Hunger hit an amazing record. We donated over 17,000 pounds of food. Here is Staff Sergeant Nathan Bright on what happens with your donations once they get collected.
Whether you bring a can or a case of cans, your donations to the War on Hunger add up in more ways than one. And they end up here at the volunteer room at the Food Bank of Delaware.
A common misconception is that people who are in need directly come to the food bank. Rather, we are a middleman. Our job is to bring in all different foods from all different sectors of the food industry through community drives, sort that food, warehouse it, and then get it out.
Donations are poured into large bins where volunteers come and sort them into categories. They then box up the categorized food and stack the boxes on labeled pallets. From here, the boxes can be collected by the over 500 organizations the food bank partners with. These include food closets in churches, shelters, and soup kitchens, and a mobile food pantry. The food bank helps serve the over 100,000 food insecure people in Delaware through these partners. For example, nuns from the Little Sisters of the Poor are here on a Thursday morning picking up enough boxes to fill a cargo van. The nuns work in a nursing home for the elderly poor. Their kitchen depends on donated food from the food bank, says one of the sisters loading the van.
We meet a lot of senior citizens who have worked their whole lives and are now struggling to make ends meet. They're oftentimes choosing between paying for groceries or buying medications. So that's where we come in, and that's where the help of the National Guard comes in to make sure our shelves are stocked year long.
The holiday season is the busiest for food banks, but hunger knows no season.
When kids leave school for the summer, parents have difficulties affording extra food to feed their kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's where the generosity of the community comes in, and we make sure we get food to people year-round.
That's why donations throughout the year, like the Delaware National Guard's War on Hunger, are so important.
I think for a lot of families it means hope. There's a lot of stories where pantries are not filled with food, and for a working family it means being able to pay for their rent or rent, utilities that month, and making sure their kids have meals on the tables.
The Food Bank of Delaware's traditional partners, like food pantries and nursing homes, had over 900,000 visits last year.
People say we don't have a lot to give. Well, it really doesn't take that much to make a true difference.
Well, that's all the news we have for this month. Stay tuned for the 2014 Year in Review.
The year 2014 was an incredible year of accomplishments for the Delaware National Guard. Although there were less deployments than in years past, the Delaware National Guard was still busy supporting federal and state missions. Whether it was snow in Delaware or the heat of Southwest Asia, the Guard was there. Proof that we are ready, reliable, and a relevant force. We kicked off the year with our annual Senior Leaders Conference, where we gathered to discuss the state of our National Guard. We were honored to have the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, General Frank Grass, attend and address the group. During the Senior Leaders Conference, the 193rd Regional Training Institute received the Major General George K. Hastings Training Excellence Award. For their devotion to the Delaware National Guard and outstanding leadership, Tech Sergeant Brooke Jacobs and Sergeant Gregory Skornyakov received the Colonel S.B.I. Duncan Leadership Award, and Brigadier General Retired Don Devine was recognized as the Bethany Beach Training Site's Camp Honoree. While we continue many traditions in the Guard, like the annual prayer breakfast, which we've held for 31 years, this year we started a new tradition, the Chambers Cup, a 3-gun marksmanship match. Teams of 4 compete, firing 3 weapons and throwing a grenade. The competition is named after Brigadier General Scott Chambers, former Assistant Adjutant General, for his devotion to the importance of marksmanship throughout all units of the National Guard. Throughout the winter months, we activated nearly 200 soldiers in support of Wintry Storms Pax and Janice. While much of Delaware was shut down, soldiers drove military vehicles getting patients to dialysis and nurses to work. Each year, the Delaware National Guard selects the Soldier and Airman of the Year. The Outstanding Airmen of the Year were recognized at the Enlisted Recognition Banquet. They were Staff Sergeant Jason Duracek, Tech Sergeant Joel Miller, Master Sergeant Gregory Walsh, Master Sergeant Shane Hummel, Master Sergeant Brian Florian, and Master Sergeant Michael Fernandez. Following the Army's Best Warrior competition, Specialist Kyle Sullivan and Staff Sergeant Andrew Matthey were named Soldier and NCO of the Year. Over the course of 3 months, we welcomed home the 198th Expeditionary Signal Battalion. In Afghanistan, they provided communications to include the support and management of 4 regional network control centers, theater-wide technical communications support missions, and enterprise-level help desk support. The Air National Guard opened its first off-base recruiting station in Newark, and within a few months they enlisted their first recruit from the new office. While the children of the Delaware National Guard were busy searching for eggs at the annual egg hunt, several soldiers visited our state partner, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This was just one of several exchanges held in 2014. Soldiers and airmen gathered with their Trini counterparts to discuss topics from communications and emergency preparedness to public affairs. We continued to share our knowledge as we hosted several members of the local community and educators from across the state for Center of Influence and Educator Lifts. Guests were treated to a ride in a Blackhawk, along with a look at some of our facilities and a DNG 101 class. As the people headed for the beach, many gathered at the Bethany Beach training site to induct the 5 newest members to its Hall of Fame. The class of 2014 includes Colonel Pam Gantz, Chief Warrant Officer 5 retired Roger Perry, Chief Warrant Officer 5 retired William Buss, Master Sergeant retired Francis Zaborowski, and Master Sergeant retired Daniel Suzy Sr. With the marksmanship being a keystone to the profession of arms, the Winston P. Wilson Championship match is a national competition comprised of top marksmen from around the world. This year, the Delaware Guard sent 2 teams to compete. Alpha Team included Master Sergeant Chuck Longfellow, Sergeant First Class Victor Consiglio, Sergeant First Class Frank Gaworski, and Staff Sergeant Derek Balst. Bravo Team included Sergeant First Class Anthony Graciano, Staff Sergeant Timothy Ganshorn, Staff Sergeant Basil Woodall, and Specialist Lloyd Layfield. Congratulations to the Bravo Team for winning 3rd place in the infantry team match. Of course, we took time to celebrate ourselves at the All Ranks Military Ball. This year, nearly 1,000 soldiers, airmen, and guests came, making it the best ball attended yet. The Delaware Air National Guard Recruiting and Retention Team was recognized as the best in the Air National Guard. Their supervisor was named Top Dog as well. The 166 Airlift Wing got a new top dog in Command Chief Master Sergeant Shawnee Peters. Chief Peters took over for Command Chief Master Sergeant Hank Rome. And the nation's top dog, President Barack Obama, landed on the base and shook some hands. While the Vice President uses the base regularly, a presidential stop is a rarity. The summer months bring fun events also. The 166th Wingman Day saw plenty of team-building activities, and Camp Caldwell at Bethany Beach ensured our Delaware National Guard youth got a week of fun and friends. The camp was designed to provide the children of soldiers and airmen an opportunity to get to know other children of different ages and backgrounds, while also understanding why their parents serve in the Delaware National Guard. As the temperatures rose, Detachment 1, F Company, 1st of the 126 Aviation, did too. The Air Ambulance Unit departed for Kuwait with the capability of evacuating troops from the battlefield and stabilizing patients while on board, en route to a higher level of medical attention. Before they left for Kuwait, several senior leaders paid them a visit in Fort Hood. The 126 were not alone in leaving for Southwest Asia. 80 airmen from the 142nd Aeromedical Squadron and the 166th Civil Engineering Squadron departed that same month for an Aerospace Expeditionary Force rotation. While Guardsmen separated from their families, we celebrated a different type of separation day, when Delaware separated from Great Britain and became free of the ties with the Penn family. We celebrated our nation's independence on the Green in Dover, where the 287th Army Band performed patriotic music for the 4th of July concert. The celebrating continued as we welcomed home Detachment 1, 150th Engineer Company from a 12-month deployment to Afghanistan. While deployed, the unit prepared forward operating bases for closure or transfer. Later in July, our recruiters took up residence at the Delaware State Fair. They were on hand all week, working diligently to recruit new soldiers and airmen to the Guard. The 287th Army Band even stopped by for a Military Appreciation Day parade. It really is a small world, as members of the 238th General Support Aviation Battalion and 166th Civil Engineer Squadron saw some familiar faces when they met up in Southwest Asia and decided to take a selfie. The 166 Airlift Wing sent 2 C-130s, crew, and maintainers to Germany for exercise Steadfast Javelin 2. In fact, the wing was the lead Air National Guard unit on the mission. Finally, after 35 years, the Joint Force Headquarters has graduated from the old elementary school to a brand new state-of-the-art building. On August the 1st, we were overjoyed to host our Commander-in-Chief, Governor Jack Markell, the entire congressional delegation, the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, General Frank Grass, and the Chief of the Navy Reserve, Vice Admiral Robin Braun, for the official ribbon cutting of the Armed Forces Reserve Center. The 287th Army Band helped close out the summer marching in the Middletown Peach Festival. The band was led by Brigadier General James Begley, who was recognized as the Grand Marshal. While summer was winding down, the temperatures were still record high. The heat could not keep family and friends from gathering to welcome home the 238th General Support Aviation Battalion. In theater, the unit performed air movement operations in UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters with a focus on the movement of troops. In September, family and friends welcomed home their soldiers, and the Army Guard welcomed the new Assistant Adjutant General, Brigadier General James Begley. Begley left his position as Director of the Joint Staff to assume the Assistant AG duties. He replaced Brigadier General Scott Chambers, who retired after 34 years of service. Throughout the year, soldiers and airmen support many community events, whether it's the Dover Days Parade, Memorial Day activities across the state, our presence at NASCAR, or the many Veterans Day events. Delaware is celebrated with their hometown force. We continue to celebrate together as soldiers and airmen gathered for the annual Wellness Expo. Several local businesses gathered at the Armed Forces Reserve Center to showcase what they can offer our members. The 166 Airlift Wing got everyone in the holiday spirit, inviting family members to visit with Santa and his friends and pose for a photo in front of one of our very own C-130s. Many of you know our C-130 fleet is in danger of becoming inoperable in the next several years. But thanks to Congressman John Carney, hopefully that won't happen. Carney took time to visit the wing and elaborate on legislation that he introduced to modernize the Air Guard's fleet of C-130H aircraft in a safe and cost-effective way. We closed out 2014 as we always do with our holiday concert. The 287th Army Band once again wowed the crowd with their selection of holiday tunes. The holiday spirit was in the air as donations from concert-goers helped fight the war on hunger. This year we donated over 17,000 pounds of food to the Food Bank of Delaware. Thanks to everyone for making this the best year ever. While 2014 was filled with great accomplishments, we must also pay tribute this year because we lost our Vice Wing Commander, Colonel Dave Byerly, and Lieutenant Colonel Eric Longsworth. Their unexpected passing was hard on all of us. The Delaware National Guard has soldiers and airmen deployed around the world and in readiness centers across the state. Whether it's serving in the nation or our community, you can rest assured that the Delaware National Guard is truly a ready, reliable, and relevant hometown force.